Okay, so the first thing we want to do when making our light box is go into Canva and make your design. So since I'm going to make a fairy in Moon, I searched Moon Fairy, and I believe, well, you can look, see all. Now this kind of image isn't going to work. You're going to need something that's a silhouette, like this, these. I'm not even sure, like, I think it needs to have a solid moon, a solid girl, and the wings need to be less intricate than, say, this. I want the adult fairy. I think I'm going to try this. The wings aren't too intricate. I think they'll cut fine. Okay, now I'm going to make it this size I want. Okay, now I want to add something to this design because, for one, Canva is not going to let me save this to my computer if it's not altered. So we need to alter the image. So I want some stars, so I would just search stars. Okay. And I've already used these, so I'm just going to pick these. I'm going to change the colors just to make it all the same. Okay, now that I've altered the image, I am going to save by going to Share, Download, I'm going to choose SVG, Transparent Background, and then click the Download button. Okay, I want to go okay, there we go. And now we're going to head over to the Loklik Idea Studio, where we will alter this image again. Okay, now we're in our Loklik Studio. I'm going to right click on this, change it to inch. I'm going to click on Import. And we're going to go get our image. Yeah, this. Just click and drag. Okay. And yes, you will notice there's a big black square. That is okay. We're going to select this. We're going to ungroup. Okay. We're going to click on our blank canvas. And then we're going to move. Oh, well, there's one. There we go. We're just going to hit the delete, well, backspace, delete that. We're going to do the same with this, delete that. And we want to delete these stars right here. Delete those. Oh. Okay. And you can even right click, copy, right click, paste. You can get some more little stars. 11 inches wide from edge to edge, but it's got the empty space is only about 9, a little less than 9.5, so I need to make it fit between the 11. Let's see. And then we've got about an inch and just over an inch and a half between the 11 and this blue mark, and then about an inch and just over half between here and this blue mark, and then the same here. This looks about the same. Because our cardboard is going to be 11 inches. Okay, so now we're going to change the colors. Oh, we need to ungroup it first. Ungroup. Now change the colors. Okay, change it to red. I'm just I copied the number, and now I'm pasting with Control V, clicking enter to change the color. Enter. Now we're all red, and now we can kind of look. Make it 11 by 11. Alright, put this to the back. And that's that's what it would look like. Well, depending on what color papers, we're going to use our cardboard color. Let's see. What color do we want the cardboard? I think I'm going to go with, well, we can just check it out. What color do we want? I have this color cardboard, but I also have like this color cardboard, or cardstock, not cardboard. Dang, but then that means I gotta go and, now what color do we want to make our fairy? That would look cute. And like the light is gonna shine, so she's gonna look. This just doesn't look right though. So I'm gonna want to go and move this and group this again. So right click, group, put this back. Now the reason I'm doing this is because when we place our mat, when we place our cardboard on our mat, we need to place our fairy perfectly where we need her to be. So on this mat, so that she's centered on our cardboard, because we're going to put our cardstock is going to be 11 by 11, and we're going to put it exactly where this blue thing is, because this is our mat here, 12 by 12. So we need to put her on the mat. We're centered. We're not going to cut this out. We're only going to cut out our design. but I'm just using this so that we can center it. But it is grouped, so we can use the arrows to move it over a little. Maybe that looks more centered. I think so. Like we can print a design that's like a watercolor design or whatever, and use that as the paper. Or we can make her just put white paper. But I think I think I have a paper in mind. But you can keep going and checking, changing the colors to see what all colors you want. But I already have my colors in mind. And I'm going to ungroup this again, because we need to make sure all of this design is in the same color. So I'm going to go back to the whatever this was. Control V. Yep. Okay. Alright, now that we've got it centered where we want it, I'm going to delete this, and I'm going to get rid of this. Okay, go up here to Mode Contour, and this will ensure that it's going to cut out the actual outline of the wings. And like if you have it in normal mode, the blade is just going to make one cut along the solid line, and that is it, because it only cuts the solid lines. So when you put it in contour, it knows to cut along this solid line, and then go and do all that, and then come cut on this one. So we actually have the outline of the wing and not just the holes in the wings. Is basically what it's going to do. If you do it like this, you're just going to get these the white holes. These will be cut out, and these will just be a slit. So yeah, alright. Now we just need to cut out our design. So we're going to put our cardstock on our mat, load up the Loklik, and then we need to connect the device. Go over here, click the Bluetooth, or you may have yours connect to the USB. And we're going to select the whole design. It's all the same color, so it's going to be all the same cardstock. Okay, we need to select cardstock right here, and as you saw, we're going to have to change our blade to the 60-degree blade. We don't have to mirror it. Yeah, then we're just going to click cut and head over. We're going to load our cardstock onto our mat, and then load the mat into the Loklik. Okay, but before we do that, we need to get our box ready. I'm going to use this right here is the old sign that I was given. It's got the indent in the back. I think it's going to be great, but it also has an indent in the front. This you can also use. It's a wooden canvas I got from the Dollar Tree. It's also got an indent in the back. So this will be our front where we would put our cardstock, our design. But I'm going to use this and some Kiehl's Premium Interior Exterior Primer to cover up the wooden part here, because I want the lights. I'm going to line the inside corners with the fairy lights, and I want those lights to actually reflect off of the white paint rather than absorb into the darker wood. So I'm just going to paint the inside, make sure you get all the inside edges, and of course, the back. Alright, I'm going to let this dry, and then I will come back and apply a second coat, because I don't want this stuff to shine through, although it's probably good. Probably won't affect anything. But I want to make sure that it's really going to reflect the light. So I'm going to make sure I do a second coat so it's completely white. And then I'm not sure what color I want to paint the edges here. But I'm sure I'll probably paint that some color. So I'll probably, maybe I'll kills it now, prime it now. This won't matter because it's going to be covered up, like I said. But I'm going to go ahead and kill two birds with one stone. Or kills two birds with one stone. So as you can see, the little 35 cent is still shining through, so I'm going to go ahead and give this the second coat. Okay, now I'm going to take my acrylic paint and I'm going to get a sponge and I'm going to dab this all on the edges. I'm using a sponge because it just seems to give a better application, so I suggest a sponge. Or even a paint roller would make it look nice. Anything but a brush, because the brush is going to leave those little brush strokes, and that's what I'm trying to eliminate here. Now I've got this 100-pound cardstock that I picked up from the Dollar Tree. It is textured. I really like it. As you can see, we have these colors here. We got yellow. We have white. And I really like that they have a texture that you can't really see. Here's a green. You can kind of see the texture here. Here's the purple I want to use. And then here's the red. But I'm going to use this purple. Now I need to mark my cardstock to the size of the box. I'm just going to mark the edges where the edges line up. And then I'm going to use my cutter here to cut those marks. Now we're going to put we're going to put the cardstock into the Loklik. Gotta make sure that we put the cardstock in the correct order, because as we saw, this cardstock it goes a specific way on the box, so we gotta make sure we got it right, totally right. Oh, that didn't go in straight. Oh. There we go. Okay. Oh man. Well, as you can see, it destroyed the wings. So I guess it was a little too intricate. Okay, so to fix what happened, this right here, because, well, I'm going to show you how it's going to look. I'm going to attach a background, this background, like this, and see her arm is missing because that wasn't attached. And I just took the cutout, and the part that's missing right here, I traced it with pencil on the cardboard, on the other cardboard that I cut that messed up. I cut it out with scissors. So now, okay, I can see that it's turned this way. So I'm gonna place this here. And that way, that shapes the wrist. Her hand here, so it's sitting on the moon, and it gives her her back some shape there. So it's gonna look really cool when the light shines through it. So now what I've got to do is when I put the light, when I put this like this, the paper is 8.5 by 11, so it doesn't go all the way up. It's not the same size as my cardboard, except for going a long ways here. So when I do this, the light shines and you can see the actual paper. So I think I'm gonna tape it with some painter's tape to hide where you can see the outline of the paper through the cardboard. So what I need to do first though is I need to make sure that I'm not going to be able to see the tape through it too, but I need to glue this down. So now what I'm going to do is glue this paper to the cardstock. A stick of washable school glue. Oh, I guess what I should do is just go around so I'm not smearing the ink. And now we're going to put this where it goes. Set it there where we want it. Painter's tape there, so okay, now I'm just going to cut, trim the excess off. Okay, there she is. Now we gotta get a drill, my hand drill, and we're gonna drill a hole through here so we can line our lights. Okay, so I have this little handy drill. And this is going to be the first time I use this. This is what I bought it for. I'm going to go up to 5. Hold it still. Put it there. There it goes. Okay, now we'll go dust this out. I have my little LED lights here. I'm going to unravel them. Okay. As you can see, it's just a wire with little LED bulbs glued into the wire. There are, what, 10? Supposed to be 10 bulbs. So what I'm going to do first is put this through the hole we just drilled. So, right through there. All the way through. Now, we're going to use our hot glue to glue the lights down all the way around. So I don't want you to be able to see the little bulbs through the paper. So, alright, let's see if the glue is hot enough. Yes, it is. Okay, start gluing. I'm going to put it along the edges a little bit at a time. Oh, I need to get my whatever they're called, Silicone Finger Cots. Okay. Make sure you pull it, make it as tight as possible. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if tight is the word, but I'm sure there's no slack in your wire there. If you use the finger cots, you may have to wait till it dries to remove your finger. So you don't pull the glue away. Okay, now I need to clean up the glue. I need to glue the power supply down. Okay, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to do it like this so that when it's glued down, you can still open it to change the battery. So I'm just going to glue this down, but I need to glue it to where you can push this down so you can open that up to remove the battery. Replace the battery, remove the battery. I want to make sure the glue doesn't get in those little holes. Oh no, I messed up. Well, at least you can still put your finger there. Kinda, oh no. If you have fingernails, I messed up. Good thing I can just pull it up like that. Yay. Let's move it to like here. No, because you need to be able to do that side. So pull it out a little bit. So the finger can go in here. Okay, here we go. Just a sneak peek. Yes, the top, okay. You won't be able to see it because the light is bright. Got the blinds open. So now what we want to do is glue this down. I think I'm going to use some wood glue. Okay, and I'm just going to put it on there. Okay, and you'll see some little beads of glue coming up. Just grab a paper towel. I like those. And there we go, there's our light box. I need to set something there on it while it dries completely. Probably just, I don't know. And you just set something on the edge to keep it from coming up. Or well, look, duh, do this. And let that dry, which is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna let that dry, and then when the sun goes down, I will be back to show you our finished light box. Okay, so I did have to redo this because of the wiring being on the bottom. I had to flip this the other way because I couldn't lift, when it was like this, I couldn't lift this piece up to change the battery because the wires are in this piece and they don't come up. So I had to pick this up again, and then I'm going to turn it around this way. Okay, I see that. I can see that. Dang, how did I do that? Oh well, it's not too bad. Anyways, here it is. I will show you. Hold on. You have it like this. Or you have it like this. It's a little slower strobe. So it's got fast strobe, slower strobe, and then just constant. But yeah, that is the Fairy Lightbox. If you decide to make one, learn from my mistakes, and maybe put another piece of painter's tape right here, so you won't have the outline, or print another piece of paper and tape that there instead so you won't see it. That's a good idea too. But I like mine. I'm gonna make more. I encourage you to make some too. If you have extra little wood canvases, yeah, you can. You don't have to use these. These were signs that were no longer in use, that were given to my husband by my brother-in-law, I believe. And so I was like, oh, I can do something with that. But you can also use, like I showed in the beginning of this video, you can use wood canvases that have the backs. You can just use the back as the front and put your lights in there. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So this is a wooden canvas, but they look like this on the back. So I'm also going to make small. This is like an 8x8 inch canvas. Yeah. So yeah, I'm going to make some out of these too. I just was in love with the fact that I had that big canvas, that big wooden canvas, and the fact that it kind of indents in the back side like it does, so I could put the little the switch in there. This one doesn't, but I can still put the hanging hardware here. Or you can also just set it up like that. So you can have double-sided art. You have one side like this, because I also like to paint pour, so you can paint pour one side, and then on the other side have the light box. That's another idea. That's something you can also do with the big light box. It doesn't have to be hung on the wall. You can also just set it up like I just did with this. So, all right. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you're interested in seeing what I make next, go ahead and click that subscribe button, ring the little bell so you'll get notifications the next time I upload. I like to make whatever comes to my mind. I'm constantly thinking of what can I make, what can I make, what can I make. So if you're like that and you like to get inspiration from other makers, come join me. Once again, I thank you for sticking around with me while I made my light box. And if you make your own light box, you can tag me on Instagram at amzn.to. I'm also on TikTok by the same handle, sams.signature. You can also visit my website, samssignature.com, if you want to check out my blog posts, my store, or just to get any inspiration. But once again, thanks for watching. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.